Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 121 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that, yes, JJ will be introducing over 8 new characters in this story. That's really going to be used as a way to benefit many of the characters like Rey and Kylo Ren, one of which, of course, is actually said to be the group called the Knights of Ren. And the Knights of Ren really are going to have a heavy presence in this movie, from the first all the way until the third act of Episode 9, which, by the way, is the ending of the film. Now, what I like so much about this is that the Knights of Ren, they only got a little bit of a, screen time in The Force Awakens. We really know little to nothing about them. But now in Episode 9, they will have the limelight that they deserve by JJ and George Lucas. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions and one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intense for Kylo and the Knights of Ren. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of October of 2018, just late last year, involved a moment in which Kylo Ren was leading all 6 of his Knights of Ren into a burning village from the First Order, where it's described to be a flashback of how Kylo Ren first got his hands on the Skywalker saber. It's said to be a scene in which the lead Knight of Ren discovers the Skywalker saber in the hand of a dead warrior, picks it up and hands it to Kylo Ren. It's said that the costume design of the lead Knight of Ren for the scene was dubbed as Kato Ren's Battle Armor _ Spear-101/plasma weapon. The character who goes by the name of Kato Ren is also referred to as the Knight Leader, that in the command just under Kylo Ren, and is described to be a human male with short black hair with an eye patch underneath the helmet. Kylo Ren is said to have many skills and, of course, acrobatic techniques, just as Kato Ren does, while he fights off the clan members during the major battle in the form of a flashback, and that this lead Knight of Ren will be connected to a big revelation in the third act of the film, and is said to hold a connection to the Dark Acolyte, where he is said to be a descendant of one of the Acolytes from the Beyond. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we've heard about this Kato Ren character a couple of times before in the past, also known as the lead Knight of Ren. What I find fascinating about the Knights of Ren is that at least one of them is actually said to be a descendant of the Dark Acolytes, also known as the Acolytes from the Beyond. And what I love so much about that is that this is once again linking everything up to the books like Empire's End and Aftermath, etc., where the Acolytes of the Beyond are mentioned a couple of times in there. So, to this very day, we're still not quite sure what the Acolytes look like. We do know that they're cloaked figures, and that's about it. Other than that, we have Matt Smith portraying the role as just one of the Dark Acolytes so far in The Rise of Skywalker, as well as some unnamed actors portraying themselves as the Dark Acolytes in a brief scene that involves, of course, the Sith Wraith of Anakin/Vader, and of course, Sidious himself. So, what I find to be very great about this moment is that it's said to be a flashback, some months and/or maybe even closer to a year before the events of The Force Awakens, maybe even further back than that, where we have a moment in which they are pretty much, raiding a village that belongs to the clan members. Now, the clan members, we got a glimpse of them in, of course, The Force Awakens flashback scene. You guys may recall. It takes place in a major thunderstorm, a major rainstorm, if you will, where the clan leader is killed by Kylo Ren. So, one of the sequences is actually said to involve a moment where the lead Knight of Ren, who goes by the name of Kato Ren, picks up a Skywalker lightsaber hilt from the dead man's hand and hands it over to Kylo Ren, giving us a glimpse as to how Kylo Ren once got his hands on Luke and Anakin's saber. Pretty much alluding to what Kylo Ren said at the very end of The Force Awakens to Finn, where he says, "That lightsaber, it belongs to me." Kylo Ren once owned this saber, once had it, and owned it. That actually makes him feel like it belongs to him. So that makes a lot more sense now. So the Knights of Ren, we do know that J.J. Abrams wants to make them these pretty much, ruthless warriors that are going to be using different types of weapons, and they will be upgrading their weapons, by the way, from start to finish of this film. These are the types of characters that will evolve from the beginning to the ending of Episode 9, and whatever happens to them, we're still not quite sure if they die, if they perish, or if they're going to live on or maybe even turn against Kylo Ren. We're still not quite sure about that just yet. But the Knights of Ren are going to have a lot of battle scenes in this film, as much as they deserve to have by J.J. Abrams. In fact, J.J., I don't know if you guys ever watched the Blu-ray commentary for The Force Awakens, but in there, he does say that he would really love to see a Knights of Ren movie or a TV series come to light by Disney and Lucasfilm. And that right then and there can tell you just right there how much, you know, J.J. Abrams just loves the Knights of Ren, and as to why we're getting so much screen time of these 6 characters in the film alongside Kylo Ren. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.